Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we fought the second Guardian on the 6th plane. It happened to be Kilika, and I'm glad we had Zin with us because we had special dialogue due to that, and it was quite nice. The fight went absolutely smoothly. Zin, they didn't even manage to scratch his armor. He got attacked by a giant beast once with a enormous axe. He smacked Zin and he took like 1,000 damage. He didn't even, his scratch healed within seconds. Kilika used her ass breaker, 3,000 damage on Zin. He shrugged it off and just threw another punch, and then she went down. That was basically how that fight went. That was pretty good. And the next fortress, or the next monument, requires us to have Alan Richard in our party. It was described as the Impregnable Fortress, and we are to assume that we're gonna go to, how's it called? Do I have a map? No. No. Map of the locals not gonna help. Funny thing is, if we went into Shira's door again, we could open the map of Liberal. I don't know off the top of my head how the fortress is. Oh, come on, I should know. I've been going there so often. It's down there in Size region. You go to the east and go up past the fence and all the monsters, all the birds in their shells that reflect art. Come on, what's the name? Leeson Fortress. Leeson. There. Ha! Got one over on my brain. They thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. Alright. In order to pass through the Cornelia Gate, you'll need the Divine Blade as successor. Richard, right? Indeed, I believe him to be over on the plateau. Please, go and speak with him. In order to pass through the Cornelia Gate, you will need the Divine Blade successor. He appears to be on the plateau at the moment. Please go and speak with him. But Eric, that's the opposite direction. That's not the plateau. What? 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 I thought he was by the fine. Okay. We have analysts in our party? Oh, can I help you with anything? Well, Kevin explained to Richard that they thought he was the person with the Carnelia Monument's inscription was asking for. Me, the Divine Blade successor? But I suppose there's no point in debating it. I am fit to be called his successor. No one else seems to match the description after all. I'd be happy to accompany you when you return to that monument. Thanks. I hardly think myself fit to be called the Divine Blade successor. Then again, I suppose that isn't really the issue here. When you intend to return to that monument, call on me. I'll accompany you. I hardly think of myself fit to be called the Divine Blade successor. Then again, I suppose it isn't really the issue here. Alright. Alright. He's by himself. He's sulking. From what I know, Kilika went back to Calvert not long ago before Grandpa left Size on vacation. She just showed up at our house one day and tell us she was off, and then that was that. That sounds just like her, alright. Oh, speaking of Size, I hope Mr. Murdoch is doing okay, and I hope Mom isn't causing more trouble for him, especially now that he won't leave Kilika to help. He won't have Kilika to help him. I hope he hasn't worked himself sick or something. I swear, Kilika's something else. Well, whatever. I guess I'll help out with some of the guild's workload in Size when I get back. She did seem kinda attached to the place and all. Wait, Erica Russell will probably still be there, isn't she? Damn it. What do you got to say to that, comment, Tita? I swear Kilika's something else. Well, whatever. I guess I'll help out with the guild's workload and size when I get back. Erica Russell's probably still gonna be there, isn't she? Damn it. Oh, Tita, ignoring him. Shouldn't do that.
Understood. All right.
Wait.
Do it.
Okay. Shira's absolutely right here. The best approach is to keep calm and take obstacles as they come. Still, if Phantasma's able to recreate people who are in Calvar too, we might find ourselves against some truly fearsome someone truly fearsome sooner or later. There's no point in getting all panicky now, not after we've come this far. Whoever we end up facing, we'll find a way to win. The rest of the Guardians we face are likely to be even stronger than the two we've already defeated. So don't go skimping on preparations, you hear me?
Ready?
Julia, Kilika. Liberal really does have a frightful number of dangerous women living here. And for every docile and doughy-eyed young lady I meet, their bodyguard certainly makes up for it. Huh? I wouldn't be provoking a gate too much if I was you. Still, if Phantasma's able to recreate people who are in Calvar too, we might find ourselves up against some truly fearsome. Provoking a gate? You say? Julia, Kilika, Liberal really does have a frightful number of dangerous women living here. And for every docile and doughy-eyed young lady I meet, their bodyguard certainly makes up for it. You say something? I wouldn't be provoking a gate too much. Alright. That's all the comments we're gonna get from
You're right, please.
a gate. Do 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 do. Analyst. Wait for me. She can really sleep anywhere, can't she? Hey, I got you. Now I can go to the Plushy Kingdom too. What? Plushy Kingdom? Leave it to Ren. Hey, wait for me. Got you, Plushy Kingdom. Never mind. So Shira comments about her. Who else knows her? Reese doesn't. You. Adequate performance. Maybe you have a comment. Gisette. Wait for me. I wonder what she's chasing in that bizarre dream of hers. Ah. Hey, I got you. Now I can go to the Plushy Kingdom. Yeah, Richard completely ignores that.
Let's move out.
I'm feeling kinda hungry, so I came over here to get something to eat. What are you looking at me like that for? Exercise makes you hungry. It's a fact of life. I couldn't agree more, Estelle. That's a universal rule of this world. To try to deny it would be folly. These two sure have a lot in common. I'm feeling kind of thirsty too. Maybe I could go for some ice cream or something? The Lord of Phantasma appears to have some rather capable warriors under his command. If that's the strength of the second Guardian, I dread to think how powerful the rest will be. Ugh, this is going to be quite the challenge. The Lord of Phantasma really seems to have some capable warriors under his command. Come to think of it, that Schwarzritter said that he's one of the Guardians too, yes? I heard Kilika was able to make her way through one of the Shadow Towers alone, so she is certainly a force to be reckoned with. I wish I had been able to meet her while she was still in Liberal, to be honest. Regardless, at least now we are halfway through this plane. Perhaps now would be a good time to make sure everyone is well trained and battle ready. By the way, I did mention at the start of at the start of last episode that I wouldn't go out on a whim to voice out my thoughts, and only voice out my thoughts when I'm pretty sure I know that that I am concluding the right, like my conclusion is pretty much going to be correct, and that's why I'm pretty confident about the Schwarzritter being Löwe, or at least the Schwarzritter being like the other Guardians, someone that like just a copy of the real Löwe in here under the command of the Lord of Phantasma, just like everybody else, and he is being a giant troll just like the previous Löwe was. I like how I can run, everybody is further apart, and how I can walk really slowly if I manage to do it, and everybody's close up. That's a cool thing. Oh boy, I have a horrible feeling I'm gonna get a real earful from Kilika when I get out of here. I hope I'm wrong. Kilika is not a great loser, take it from me. I see a whole lot of yelling in my future next time I see her. Oh boy.
Your aid, please. Let's do it.
Oh boy. I have a horrible feeling I'm gonna get a real earful. Not a great loser. Alright.
Understood.
Take Julia away. Lord of Phantasma appears to have some rather capable warriors. Horrible feeling.
Your aid, please.
Wait.
All right.
The Lord of Phantasma has some rather powerful warriors. Fine. It doesn't do much to split up this group because they're not talking with each other. They're standing by their, like, at their positions, but they're really just all by themselves. I'd heard Kilika was able to make her way through one of the Shadow Towers alone, so she's certainly a force to be reckoned with. I wish I had been able to meet her while she was still Liberal, to be honest. Regardless, at least now we are halfway through this plane. Perhaps right now, it would be a good time to make sure everyone is well trained and battle ready. Okay, fine. What? There are some challenging looking books on the bookshelves? Challenging? What does that mean? What's a challenging looking book? 500 pages of pure, information? Oh, that's what I would call a challenge. They're smart books, what? I was reluctant to comment at first, but now I feel obliged to do so. Do you not find such remarks a little imprudent? Imprudent? It's clear from all they've done so far that the Lord of Phantasma is our enemy. Furthermore, while the Guardians we are fighting may not be the individuals themselves, their personalities are still being violated. In light of that, I hardly find it appropriate to be talking about all of this like it's some sort of game orchestrated for your entertainment. Reese? What's got you so mad all of a sudden? I'm not. However, I was under the distinct impression that we were all in agreement on one thing. The Lord of Phantasma was our enemy. So I will not stand by and listen to them being, of all things, praised. Really now? Come to think of it, every time we've encountered them, they've always made a point of taunting you and Kevin, haven't they? That wouldn't have anything to do with why you're angry, wouldn't it? Oh, I bet it does. The Lord of Phantasma seems to have a peculiar fascination with Kevin, and yet you just can't work out why. That's why you're getting so worked up, isn't it? This isn't a game, Ren. You might be a genius, but that doesn't mean everything in life will go the way you want it to. And to assume otherwise is sheer arrogance. Okay, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. No, never mind. Let's stop this before it gets nasty. Ren, bringing up things that clearly bother people and teasing them with them isn't a very nice thing to do. As for you, Reese, she might be smarter than other girls her age, but that doesn't change the fact that Ren is still an ordinary 12-year-old girl. No, she's not. Excuse me? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Well, let me put it this way. She's smart, and she's strong, we both know that. But do those two things really make her that much different from other girls her age? Or make it so that they can't act like they do? Because I think you'd find plenty of 12-year-olds out there who are a little selfish and cheeky or like to cause trouble. That's pretty normal. Plus, she's got tons of good points too, like how she's always considerate toward others when the situation calls for it. See, she's just like your average girl who goes to Sunday school, right? Just a little brighter and a little stronger. You think so? It just doesn't seem fair to me that to hold her to a totally different standard than anyone else her age, because you see her as somehow different. That's not to say don't tell her off if she's being bad, because you do that to kids too. It's more you're being unusually hard on her. I suppose you may be right. You have my apologies, Ren. Really? I wasn't expecting an apology from you. Although your face says you've still got a lot you want to say to me. Naturally. After all, admonishing unreasonable children is the duty of their elders, however special or not special they may be. Yep, like I said, I'm not going to disagree on that point. As long as we are all here, we're basically her guardians and stuff. Oh, please, you can say that. You can say what you like. But by the way, Estelle, you said I was just your average girl who goes to Sunday school, right? Sure did. Am I wrong? You can think of whatever you like about me. I don't care. But I do want to make one correction. I wouldn't be attending school as a student. I would be teaching there. I've got 3 doctorates after all. You... What? What? One's in chemistry, one's in mathematics, and the third is in information theory. I've even published regular papers in those fields. I do it through someone else because I don't want to hassle. I don't want the hassle of someone finding out who I am, though. Right. Disciplining her appears as if it will be an even more difficult task than I'd anticipated. Huh. Mathematics is a mouthful. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. It's pretty impressive. Yikes.
Oh, okay. Piece of cake.
Don't go underestimating me if you wouldn't mind. And don't forget, you've got no chance of getting out of this world unless I'm with you to help. We won't. We're counting on you, Ren. Don't go underestimating me. What if I don't have Stell? Don't go underestimating me. Don't forget, you've got no chance to get out of here. Okay, fair. Yep, they're still there. I know they are. I know they are. Fully aware. You are being ridiculous. She is fast asleep. Wow, Captain Obvious. Captain Obvious, you are astonishing. Who takes priority? Alice. She's fast asleep. Okay. Do. Oh, why did I have to end up somewhere so weird anyway? What's even gonna happen to us? Why so down? Because I never take you with me? Because you can't steal for shit? Never mind, you're pretty good at stealing, but you always steal dumb items. Who do we have? Who could we steal from? I'm curious as to what she'd steal here, but it's probably gonna be a celestial bomb if I have to guess. It's not gonna be those good items. By the way, I'm counting on you guys if you find out if who's reasonable to steal from. I decided to ask Celeste about this library a short while ago. She says this world is capable of absorbing information spaces into itself. The books we see come from the knowledge accumulated within, being drawn out through our thoughts and existence. That was what she told me, at least. Perhaps the doors scattered throughout Phantasma appeared as a result of the same mechanism. The books in this library are the result of information spaces being made manifest by our thoughts and existence. I can only assume this area was one of the things left as is when the Lord of Phantasma remade this world into its current form.
Take it. Your aid, please.
No. Tita's smarter than Oliver. I decided to ask Celeste. Nope. It's really rough. Really rough to work out the special combinations to talk to people. Because you don't know when you're supposed to do it. So I'm clueless. Probably have Chloe in our party while talking to Julia is gonna be reasonable. Who'd I just... Okay, I just got rid of... Oh, just have Analyst here. Sorry, Analyst. I heard Keelia was able to make her way through the Shadow Tower. I wish those two could get along. I want to do something to help out on that front, but I'm not sure what I can do. Oh, I'm sure you could you could if you put your mind to it, Estelle. Wish those two could get along. I want to do something to help out.
Let's go. Leave it to them.
Wish those two could get along. Huh. Alright, I think that's all the combinations I can think of. Some challenging looking books. Sure. 1 out of 10. Wow. Okay, challenging, huh? The 100 Days War, Outbreak of War. In spring 1192 of the Zeptian calendar, a single cannon shot shook the Haken Gate, situated in the northern part of the Liberal Kingdom. This marked the beginning of an invasion later known as the 100 Days War, and the moment in which the raging Golden Stallion assailed the noble White Falcon. During this time, the Haken Gate was little more than a reinforced medieval rampart. It easily succumbed to the round fired by one of the Empire's reinforced company-built orbital tanks, leaving a section of the aged barrier fractured beyond repair. And as the Liberal Kingdom's other defensive walls were hit in succession by a fusillade of cannonballs, they too fell under the explosive impact and were reduced to a mountain of rubble. I'm sorry. That was a noise I did not want in this playthrough. Anyways, declaration of war. At about the same time that the first cannon shot was fired, a single letter from the Erebonian embassy located in the royal city was delivered to Queen Alicia. More specifically, it was a writ containing a declaration of war by the Erebonian Empire upon the liberal kingdom. In terms of diplomatic wisdom, the propriety of the declaration was established by being handled prior to the preemptive strike, but in this instance there was hardly a difference in time between when the two occurred. In short, firing the first shot at the exact moment war was declared on the liberal kingdom made it possible for the Erebonian Empire to guise their preemptive strike as one of legitimacy when the first bombshell hit. This could be referred to as the new diplomatic war tactic, though one incapable of being employed without a meticulous level of planning used in concert with an orbital communication system. Blitz tactics. After the destruction of the Haken Gate, the Imperial Army began its invasion of Liberal in earnest. Overall, its troop strength was made up of 13 divisional units. This proved to roughly half of the Empire's entire military force and was such a massive deployment that it exceeded 3 times that of Liberal's entire royal army. Within a month after the outbreak of war, the Imperial Army had occupied nearly all of the Liberal territory. Only the Gransel region and Leaston Fortress, situated just off the shore of Valyria Lake, remained in opposition. So rapidly were these blitz tactics carried out that even the Calvert Republic, an ally of the Liberal Kingdom and long-time rival of the Erebonian Empire, never had the opportunity to dispatch auxiliary forces to aid its partner. However, in a following attempt by the Imperial Army to take direct control over the site's central factory in Malga Mine, they instead found themselves on the verge of being forced to surrender to Queen Alicia, who remained entrenched within the royal city. Staging a counterattack. 2 months following the outbreak of war, the battle situation was altered in a way which no one could have previously anticipated. Unbeknownst to the Erebonian army, 3 patrol ships were quietly being developed behind the walls of Leaston Fortress. Upon completion, they were put under the direction of veteran Commander General Morgan, and a large-scale counterattack was launched. These patrol ships, shielded by armor far superior to the tanks of their Imperial counterparts, and mounted with a substantial amount of high-performance orbital weaponry, had also managed to boost their speed to over 1,800 sails per hour. Using these crafts and independent mobile force lauded as the elite of elite, Liberals' forces mounted an attack and quickly recaptured the checkpoints connecting the various regions. And as this strike was underway, they simultaneously launched an amphibious attack from Leaston Fortress and one by one defeated the remaining isolated Imperial divisions. The end of hostilities. After just 3 months following the outbreak of war, the larger part of the Imperial Army's remaining divisions finally surrendered. However, as capitulation was at hand, there were indications of a surge of further reinforcements from the Imperial homeland. A move which galvanized other continental nations to follow suit and join the Calvert Republic in supporting Liberal. Together they lambasted the Empire, and a formidable group of allied forces began to materialize. Amidst all the chaos, the Zeptian Church, in cooperation with the Bracer Guild, called for an armistice. And after approximately 100 days from the start of the war, the hostilities came to an end. The following year of 1193, in the Herb Royal Villa on the outskirts of the royal city, a peace treaty was signed by both the Liberal and Erebonian sides, although no indemnification was made. An official apology was offered up by the Imperial government, as they expressed that they had made a grievous error attributed to a tragic incident occurring within their borders. Whew, that was challenging. I'm not gonna read these 3 right now. Zeptium Optic Annals. Zeptium Optic Annals, published by the Zeiss Central Factory. General theory: the current state of the orbital technology research, particulars. 1. Research pertaining to orbital energy attributes on a quartz interface. 2. R&D for high output orbital guns which utilize zero defect crystals. 3. Statistical predictions of precipitation defects due to interference field formation, 4. Relative cascade geometry and propulsion efficiency under low orbital energy conditions, 5. Mechanical calculation acceleration through the use of orbital energy storing cycloidal gears within a tourbillon, what is that? General theory. The current state of the orbital technology research. During these 50 years since the orbital revolution, the Central Factory has striven in the reform of orbital technology by working out a number of applicable methods for its use. Currently, the research findings of this same factory have been utilized in all facets of society and have greatly contributed to the development of industry. However, on the flip side of all these remarkable achievements, the field of basic research has been disregarded as a thing of naught. What is orbital energy and what are the fundamental operating principles of an orbit? Now, in an age where social appraisal of technological research has become an unchallenged part of life, it leaves us to beg the question of whether or not we should return to basics. I can't ruin economics. Not right now. I'm gonna read those next time, not right now. For the moment, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I will see you guys in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye!